we'll do some common mistakes, and then we'll open this up for Q&A. I talked a little bit about this, not taking the setup process seriously enough, having employment and IP issues right out of the box. One of the things that a lot of companies do is they'll hire all contractors, no employees, because contractors don't get health benefits and all this other stuff. And then what happens, your contractors who are only working for you and are working full-time get pissed off and go to the Employment Commission and say, these guys should be hiring employees when they're hiring contractors. Haven't seen it a lot in Colorado, because people seemingly are treated well around here. California, this happens all the time. All the time. And the California Labor Commission will slap a big fine on you and goodbye company. Obviously not picking the right team. My theory is that the first 4 to 6 hires will determine the fate of your company. You screw up one of those, you are probably really hurting. If you get those right, you are in great shape. Getting ahead of expenses, hiring ahead of revenues is kind of the corollary to hiring the sales guy too early. Keep the team lean and mean, expect pain, right? This is good pain. The good pain is when you're totally stretched out, everybody's flying super busy, you've got 18 customers dragging you different places, everybody wants to meet with you, mentors want to engage you, you have a fire hose of goodness, and you're getting plastered against the wall. This is good pain. Don't freak out. I'll also tell you that cash is massively valuable. Some people, believe it or not, don't treat it this way. More of a California thing. I still see people buying first-class tickets from San Francisco to Vegas. It's not that far. I fly coach. I don't know why some of these people can't either. And being a crappy fundraiser is a problem too. There's a lot of ways to be a crappy fundraiser. If you want to, since we're a little short on time, come find me afterwards and I can tell you how to screw that all up. Couple things, knowing not when to quit is bad. I would say that failure isn't always failure. Failure can be really, really attractive. If you know when to call the dogs, you're going to do well by a lot of people and they're probably going to give you another chance. If you're Captain Ahab, for those of you who didn't read Moby Dick, that's the guy who wanted the white whale dead and didn't have such a good outcome, things are going to be really, really tough. I said screwing up your one chance at good press. This is the classic over-promising and under-delivering, telling everybody you're going to have something out by X date and being 2 or 3 quarters late, then getting tech crunched, having your site fall down, and then still being 2 or 3 months late. That's not good. You probably have worn off your buzz. I will also say not having proper alignment with the management team, early issues, conflict. You know, a lot of times you'll find yourself strange bedfellows with somebody who you really don't want to start a business with, but they're kind of like, I don't have anything better. I'm sure we've all had that in our dating lives. Yeah, I don't really want to break up with her. She's not the greatest thing ever, but I don't really have anything else, so what the hell? Not super satisfying. It will screw you also in business, and it'll get a lot uglier. Make sure you're getting away, you're having offsites, you're having good conversations. Make sure that equity from people that you hire is subject to vesting, which means that they don't get it all up front, they get a little bit over time, so if you got to fire them, you're not in trouble. And by the way, if you think that marketing and advertising will save you, you are stupid. It will not. As the old saying goes, every marketing guy knows one thing about his budget. He knows that half his budget is wasted. He just doesn't know which half. Summary, it's really easy. Have fun.
What advice would you give startups about setting up their stock plans and how soon to file their 83B elections?
I don't know, Matt. How soon should anybody know what an 83B election is? If you have stock, ask a lawyer to file an 83B election for you or go online and do it. Matt's making a somewhat tongue-in-cheek joke. You just contact Matt after the thing. He'll explain to you about all that you want.
Be reminded of.
Yes, you want it. Basically, it's a tax filing that if you don't file today when you start your company, later you can get taxed at ordinary income rates as opposed to long-term capital gains. But kind of a technical question, ask Matt or I after the shindig.
In terms of companies that you want to run and own versus you're looking to be acquired, are there any different rules?
No.
Same?
I think you just build companies of value. I think that people who say, I'm going to build this company and go public or get acquired or run it and make a lot of money, it's stupid. I mean, first of all, nobody can count on going public. So every time I see a business plan that says, we're going to go public in 3 years, I want to puke. Because it just goes to show you how ignorant you really are. Because if that could happen, we would all be in different monetary situations right now. Just build a company of value and see what happens. I mean, there's companies in Boulder all the time that are built that have no intentions of ever being acquired. They're spending out so much cash, everybody makes a great lifestyle income, and that's great.
Jason, you want to talk about dealing with San Paulo versus dealing with folks like you?
Do I want to talk about dealing with Sand Hill Road versus? I don't deal with Sand Hill Road. That's why I live in Boulder. Shit. I don't know. If I wasn't being recorded,
Well, then we'll do it later.
if I wasn't being recorded, I would tell you that dealing with Sand Hill Road is kind of hit or miss. I mean, there's some really good venture capitalists out there, but most of them are pretentious pricks, and it's a lot harder to deal with them than even the New York and Boston and local crew. And if you run across a Sand Hill Road VC and you need a background check and want to have some advice, email me and I'll tell you what I know about them and how best to compliment their Ferrari and their house in Atherton, and that you can get through that. Can't wait till this hits the video. Yeah. Just can't keep my goddamn mouth shut. Yeah.
A lot of business, for lack of better terms, kind of new media sites that are started.
Yeah.
It's really tough to kind of have a revenue generating source from that off the bat. You kind of just have to throw it out there and see if lightning strikes.
Mm.
And
Have you ever heard the phrase, hope is not a strategy? Anyway, continue. Sorry, keep going.
How do you get to the point where you think you're going to start making money off of it?
Off of advertising?
No. That's pretty much it.
Well, I don't know. I mean, what do you have? Is this a general question or a specific question? You want to give me a specific idea and maybe I can react to it, or not?
I mean, I guess just along the lines of Twitter, Facebook.
Well, let's look at Twitter and Facebook. I mean, those are easy, right? What does Twitter have that would be massively valuable from day one if you could scale? Information, social graph, all that, right? Who's going to want that information? Google, Yahoo, Bing, name. Will they be willing to pay for it? Yeah, we just saw that Bing paid whatever, 20, 25 million bucks a year, and Google did the same, right? So that's pretty easy. The one that I have a harder time is I'm going to do an informational site for people who want to climb 14ers in Colorado. Awesome, I climb 14ers, I'm really happy you're out there. You don't expect to get rich off of it. Your market's small, but what if there's something you could sell me? What if you could sell me some sort of trail map? Again, you're not going to get rich, but maybe you can build that way. The idea of selling affiliate stuff through REI and advertising, not interesting. There's just not enough traffic, and you're never going to be able to get scale unless you spend millions of dollars in marketing and advertising. And what you usually see in those businesses is traffic, 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 traffic.
So is it kind of like like the Field of Dreams?
If you build it, they will come.
Right.
I don't believe that.
There's a guy building a baseball field in Kansas, and then
It's really, really rare. I mean, it's really, really tough. I mean, if you don't have some core value proposition why people are going to want to come, they want to come because you're providing a better search result. You're coming because, and by the way, a search result means I know how that advertising model works. It's a really well-defined model. That makes sense. But, how many, Web 2.0 information sites about X and we're going to have advertising things do I get? It just doesn't work.
Come on, Jason, just tell me you're not going to fund a pet rock.
A pet blog?
A pet rock.
Oh, pet rock?
You're not going to fund a pet rock.
I don't know. Zynga's #1 source of income is virtual goods. What's that? That's selling pet rocks, right? Maybe. I might sell pet rock. I might buy petrock.com if people are buying pet rocks. The margins are great. Right? Sounds good to me.